Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Lord of the Rings Online. We are here at the Slag Hills, just outside the remains of the Black Gate. And yeah, we have Mithrandir to talk to. We actually could go back to the fields if we wanted to, but we're not going to do that. We are here now, ready to technically take our first steps into Mordor. But before we have any of that, we do have our Hobbit gift of the day and of the week. We do have space in our inventory, which is all good. Let's have a look at what we get for this. We get a Scroll of Finesse, not amazing, but not, you know, I probably won't use it, let's be honest. And a Tome of Might 7, which I mean, I think that's twice now we've got a tome recently. I think we got a Tome of, what was it? Tome of Vitality 6. Tome of Vitality 6 is probably better for us than the Tome of Might. If we really need to, we can just sell that off. Always nice. But yeah, today is actually a bit of a weird one. Today is the first episode with two different things, one of which you may notice, one of which you most likely won't. The first one is I have got a new monitor. Only main difference is the refresh rate is higher. I went from a 75Hz screen to a 144Hz screen. Resolution, everything else is the same. But something you might notice, possibly, especially in the more endgame area, is because I didn't realize you could do this. This is the first video, and actually the first time I'm going to properly play with it, that I'm using the 64-bit client. I only found out that you can just switch to it. I didn't know that was a thing. Maybe because I was away for like 2 months. But yeah, we're on the 64-bit client. Already feels a lot smoother. I went into Bree and was actually not tanking frame rate, so this area sort of being quite laggy is something that, you know, or at least I've experienced it being quite laggy in some areas. Might be nice to see the difference. I'm currently running at about 150 FPS, and that's including recording. But nonetheless, let's talk to Mithrandir. We have Mordor awaits. Talk to Sador at the Black Gate. And also Chapter 1.1, Beyond the Black Gate.
But the evil he stirred to wakefulness persists.
So let us get on our steed, get on our war steed. I also want to see if war steed performance is possibly better, because I don't know if that was tied to the client, like the 32-bit client or 64-bit client. You know, it might be more manageable, as I have previously stated my feelings about war steeds and their handling. But I actually haven't had a chance yet to ride on it. I just sort of went to Bree and rode on my horse regularly on my main. But we're going to make our first proper steps into Mordor. Here we are with some quests to give in. So we talk to Sador, a Gondorian captain.
For Gondor.
I cannot abandon my post at the back gate. He's tasked me with keeping tally for those who entered Mordor and passing what information we've learned onto him. Yet there are affairs in Undone that must be looked after which go unattended. Are you going that way? Perhaps you could be of some help. So sort of vector questing, I'm assuming. We got a reputation for the conquest of Gorgoroth. We only got 300 rep, but
we must keep
rep is rep. These are the things we're really interested in. These are barter items which allow us to buy better stuff in Mordor. So I will have a quick peek at that, and we'll just, you know, do that. I think it's more likely just to show you the area. And we'll carry on with Mithrandir here.
Sauron emptied his land of evil?
Okay, so we need to talk to 4 people: Anoth, Harthalin, Coverdil, and Rogrin. I think this... Oh, these are literally the guys here. I was going to say, I don't know if this is the... where the black door thing that we have as a house... aesthetic item would be.
Can Sauron truly be gone from Mordor?
Well, we can only hope that that is the case.
The Vale of Udun lies ahead, and its
Good.
treasures are ready for the taking.
Yes, definitely. We want to get all those items, those caches and stuff. I remember when I first was here, there was, I think it was a cache that was like, you could just keep going to it, like between 2 or 3, and it was just constantly respawning, which is quite nice. I also found an invisible wall. Not an invisible wall, a wall that had no collision, and you could just fall through it. So now we have a quest to... I'm just going to get on my regular steed because it's a little bit quicker to get on, but we have a quest to defeat 8 foes in the area. Let's have a look at the map quickly. Yeah, I think this is the Undone Foothold. That is the area that we are thinking about. There's a few enemies around, and Where is it we need to go to? The end of Foothold? I assume, yeah, that looks like it's actually this area here. So this is actually, I've never really gone past this area here. I've maybe gone down to this. I think this might, yeah, this looks like the area that door takes you to. So I think that is the furthest I've actually ever been in this area. We have now got this whole thing, a way into Mordor, okay. But we have this whole new thing now. We have the Light of Arendelle whole thing. We currently have 10 Shadow of Mordor, we have 0 Light of Arendelle, and 10 Effective Shadow due to how it's mismatched. We do have an item here that gives us Light of Arendelle, so if we were to put that on, you would see that we go up to 8 minus 10, 2. But for now, we're going to keep that where it is. But here, let's talk to you two.
This land makes my skin crawl.
I'm mainly hoping today to just get enough experience to level up to 113. Okay, let's finish that quest. That gets us that. We need to we need to do 30 quests in this area, which shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. But here is where we want to go to. There's a Master Smith, an Elfsmith, and a vendor dealing in figments of splendor, or whatever. Purchase Flame of, this is what I was talking about, that item. Flame of Ankalamir from one of the High Enchanters. Very easy quest just to get that stuff up. Also collect the Stable Master is a very good idea. Oh yeah, we have the whole allegiance thing as well. That's a thing. I have yet to even touch that, so that's going to be our new
What do you need?
interesting thing to look at. So here's the flame, and there we are. Ashes of Gorgoroth is what we can now obtain. Who am I talking to now? Over here. Finoth Sharpwind.
We are dwarves and the folk of Durin.
So we're going to get a Morgul Steel Dagger, and we're going to turn that into Ash. Now, I don't know if it's just the fact that this hasn't been updated with the name. It used to be Ash, now it's Motes of Enchantment. I think we have to dismount sadly for it, but you right-click that, choose an item that you can do. So this shield, we can do that because we're never going to ever use that shield. And this big wasp thing, which I apparently never used, can be used as well. So let's just get a Mote of Enchantment, just the one, and then talk to you once again. Actually, why have we got more shadow here? That's really weird. But what I want to do is I do want to get this shield out of the way. Oh, I need to unlock it. Just unlock. There we are. And where did that flame go? There it is. So we want to get rid of that. 45 motes. And then I want to lock that as well, just in case I sell it. And then we have those 2 items. So it is quite a nice way of finding these items. I'm going to just use up this thing for the wasp, just so I don't accidentally do it. Plus, inventory space is very useful. So that's all that done. We don't really have to worry about it. I'm going to just quickly check these quests to make sure.
Perhaps of great importance.
Maybe we should pick these up just in case. Because if we have to go somewhere to kill enemies to get this thing,
there are signal flags understood only by the forge workers.
And then you are allegiance questing. So that's not something we're going to worry about too much at this moment in time. Definitely something for a little bit later down the line. But for now, we're going to focus on just doing some quests and seeing how we fare with enemies around here. Because, as I've said before, when I first came into Mordor at 105, when it first came out, we had a lot of trouble. So we're currently 327k more XP away. These guys have 76,000. Let's see how we fare. That was also when Barrage was a lot more powerful. So we'll see how we go with this. These guys, probably not the best enemy to start my whole thing with, but it actually looks like we're surviving pretty well for the moment. The main issue I always had was, as with many enemies, is it's a big problem when you get a lot of enemies. One-on-one, you're generally fine. But when you are multiple versus multiple, that's where you, well, multiple versus one, that's where you have issues. So when you go over somewhere like here. So we need to collect some gears as well. This is what I'm kind of looking for, a quest that sort of gives us something to do alongside the defeat foes enemy thing. So if we have to kill a few extra, we have to kill a few extra. Not a huge deal, but it just gives us a reason to do that. That is a deed that we do not care about too much. I also noticed we got a dark finesse, dark essence rather of finesse, so we're getting some higher level ones. We're currently 6s and 7s down here, so we're jumping up to 9. That is quite nice. I have no idea what just happened. What was that? I might have to slow that down and find out. That was very, very weird. But no, definitely surviving a lot better than we previously were. I was struggling quite a lot, but we are currently 6 levels above these guys. I don't know if it's still 7 levels for it to be non-aggro, but if that's true, we're only about 300k morale XP away from actually, you know, having to not deal with enemies for the most part, unless you've got some higher level ones. That'd be quite nice. I'm just going to purge poison quickly. We got Frightened Dwarf. I don't know if it starts. It does. If you come forward. That was easy. I just like this area. Just trying to find. I accepted your surrender. You guys. I remember you. You were horrible. I'm gonna attack you anyway. Because if it's an enemy that I absolutely hated battling against, and I can, not easily necessarily, but survive pretty well, then that's going to prove to me that, you know, we're in a pretty good place with this whole thing. And another good thing is, obviously, these enemies will drop crafting items somewhat. We got to defeat 12 of them. So we actually got Black Scimitar from that. Black Scimitar? Why did I say scimitar? Oh, because it says scimitar there. Black Adamant, which is a crafting material for Anorian, Doomfold jewelers, which I can't remember if I am mastery on that. I think I'm at least proficiency, but I might. No, I'm pretty sure I bought a bunch of Black Adamants for relatively cheap, because I think either someone mispriced it or just didn't know what price to sell it at, and I got them super cheap. But yeah, basically, I think. Got a bunch super cheap, got mastery, or at least very, very close to mastery, and I have a bunch on my main, I think, spare to sort out there. So it might be a possibility that we can get some lovely old new jewelry, because what we have is nice, but a lot of our stuff is still all the level 100 and ish, like 110 maximum, I think. I'm just gonna not worry about this guy too much. I think 109 is the highest level stuff I've got. Looks like it is. So yeah, it looks like that we are in definite need of some new jewelry, either from doing some epic battles. Again, I really need to just buy a Stone of the Tortoise and just do that, and just do some epic battles like once a day. Maybe like do Helm's Deep and whatever the other one was. Retaking Pelaglia. Just do that one, and then just, you know, get some new gear, get some like relatively easy platinums, and just do what I need to do. I need to find the map, because I actually need to find out who I'm trying to get here. I don't know where that one is. Right now I'm just kind of getting distracted and killing enemies, because I find it fun, because I am actually able to defeat these guys, which is a nice change of pace. I actually haven't been back here since, you know, or for at least a very, very long time. Mordor isn't something I really went back and redid. But it looks like Frightened Dwarf has re-emerged, so we'll kill this Enforcer. These guys should start to respawn. We can go kill a few more, hopefully get all the Gearworks quests complete, and then we want to hopefully, well, we can get rid of these, but then we can get a few come forward, done, you know, even if we have to keep coming back to the same dwarf over and over again. Because we could literally just sit here if we wanted to, and do that. We are getting some nice bows though, but annoyingly, because the way legendary items work, the maximum level for a legendary item is level 100, so it is going to come a point where it is going to be useless for us to be collecting these. Yes, it's, you know, good to have them. And, you know, we can equip them and set them up and everything to, you know, get all the, you know, scrolls and stuff that we need. Like the not virtues, what is it called? The legacies, that's the word. It's been so long since I've done legendary items. Yeah, we can set up that, we can get all our legacy items, and, yeah, legacies, and sort that out. But we really need to be, well, we need to be getting second age stuff, which I keep pressing the wrong button. Don't know if we've got the thing. See, we've got an Amplus Crystal of Remembrance. That's not really what we want. I'm thinking of, do we have any in our inventory? Yes, we do. These things. The Blemished Soul Celebrant Ball. So that's a level 100 second age weapon or class item. But really, I still need to sort out all my crafting stuff. It's going to get done. I am probably just going to like dedicate a day to it, get myself a little far ahead with videos, and just, yeah, spend an entire day of my life just sorting out and getting all the stuff that I need for this. Because it needs doing. And honestly, if I do it like a half measure of it, if I do like, you know, half-ass it, it's not going to get done. And then, you know, 6 months from now, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I still haven't done that. Which I think I probably said something similar to this 6 months ago. Okay, now here's a good test for us. Now we have got 2 enemies to deal with now. And I'm just going to keep my eye on the morale, because I can, for the most part, just run around pressing the same keys over and over again and be fine. But it looks like we pretty much are taking no damage. I mean, we're going to get poison. It's just going to take us all... Well, this is just going to make us take a little longer to... oh. Yeah, you surrender as well, don't you? And I can kill this Black Enforcer while I'm here. Just give it a sec. I actually want a Heartseeker you. I want to see what Heartseeker does. 3,000. Okay, about 5,000 damage in total after the first attack. Not terrible. And they just got people casually running through the middle of Mordor. Well, not quite the middle, the beginning of Mordor. It's weird to think this is how far we've come. That we are now actually in Mordor, past the Black Gate, just somewhat casually killing enemies. Okay, there's a lot of, like, exploration deeds, it seems. So that's a fun old time. Also, I know I've, like, totally already finished that other quest. The main quest. This one? Oh, that's a person. Oh, don't do this to me. Where is... the Black Book of Mordor. That's it. That's what we're looking for. The Black Book. Search Undone for the Forges of Mordor. Well, that's south anyway. Let's make our way actually to do that. I want to get this quest done because we're almost 20 minutes in and I have yet to actually do anything. There are a few pages also scattered around there. Deeds, if I remember correctly.
We believe it was in the Second Age, after Sauron came to Mordor, that he set to work building an army to make war against the kingdoms of men and elves.
I didn't realize that talked. That kind of caught me off guard a little bit. That's actually a quest. Okay, so there's 16 pages. It looks like I just picked up page 1. I don't know if it's a case of you always pick up page 1 first and then you pick up page 2, 3, 4, no matter what order, or if that's just most likely the first page you come across and that's why it's page 1. Not entirely sure, but we will keep an eye out for them. And yeah, it's gonna be an interesting old time. So, except that, search abandoned packs. Oh yeah, there's... This is another case where I think you can just sort of camp the item because it will just respawn. I think it was harder on the day of release, or like the first couple of days of release, because obviously everybody is coming and doing the same thing, and I think it's a case of if I use this, nobody else can pick it up during that time. So I think it was a little harder to do on the first couple days, but it's not necessarily dead here. It's just this is the starting area of a big region, a big expansion, and probably just, I mean, Already seen quite a few people come through actually. So it's nice to actually see people, because we ended up spending a lot of time in places that are kind of not necessarily niche, but just people go there for the story and then don't come back until a lot later. Please don't. Please don't do this to me. I'm going to take the archer out first. I feel like I'm going to be able to tank this guy, but the archer can poison me, so he's my big issue. There's also a banner there. And possibly, I don't know if that quest ring is the banner or if it's the... Oh no, the quest ring is that. I was going to say the banners, if I remember correctly, were quite difficult to find because, well, they don't show up on the map, and they're a little bit recluse. Because I don't think the quest rings quite match up to where they're supposed to be. But we'll slowly making our way there. I do want to get these done because it's worth it. I'm just getting a couple of enemies. Like, I only need to get 4 more people to surrender. And I mean, it's not like I'm too worried about long episodes, as we've proven from the last couple. So I think we're alright. But now that we are sort of around this level, I am going to, now that we're getting a lot of black adamants as well, I'm going to just look into getting some new jewelry. I didn't actually realize we were that far behind. Same with armor, actually, but the thing is with the armor, like 105 to 106 was a massive hike in stats, but I think we should be going this way because I think this way takes us to this Mordor forge that we're looking for, which I guess possibly is that one. Yeah, right there. That is our final destination for the moment. But yeah, 105 to 106 was a huge jump, and I think it's not as impactful from there. Like, if I get this... do I have any? Or are these all North Ithilien things? Rare Madam Hunter's armor. There we are. Let's have a look at what the difference is. You know, that's the same morale, same agility, same vitality. Less evade rating, 6 levels up, and less parry rating, 6 levels up. I know the difference between rare and incomparable, but you get my point. Obviously, that was a fine Madam Hunter's armor. That was sort of like critted version previously. That's going to have a lot, and obviously also cater to our fate. But right now, the Madam Hunter's armor doesn't really seem worth it. I do want to check if we've got any incomparable, or if it is just all rare. It is just all rare. I might have to check in my vault, possibly. What on earth was this? It had a quest ring on it. Why is there a quest ring? Is there a flag somewhere? I don't know. I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna kill this enforcer though. I like killing the enforcers, it makes me happy. It's like for all the pain that I had to deal with back then. Yeah. Having a fun time in Mordor, it's fun. And we're also getting quite a decent amount of legendary items. As I did say, they're not massively useful for us, but I will probably take that bow of the third age, either send, you know, deal with it on this account, or send it over to my main and just do whatever needs doing from there. But it won't, I won't chuck it, I'll just use it separately. I won't use it as an actual, you know, weapon, though we probably should, because I think this was a bought one, so I think the bought ones are possibly worse than the what's his face? The found ones. I think the drum. We could just purely look at his DPS. I mean, yeah, it's only like 12 minimum damage off. It is actually, that is very... I almost want to... well, first off, I'd love to max it out. But secondly, I kind of want to... I don't think you can, but I would love to, like... If I go to a Forge Master, can I reset the points? Or is that only when you reforge it? Because if I can do that, I think that's better. And I think this is my point of, like, the bow that I've got, I think I bought for marks, or shards, I think. And I have a feeling their base damage might be lower than a dropped item. Right, this is the forge where Sauron equipped his armies. Rogrin.
How fared you on the journey into Udun?
I like that. Render them difficult to use. I see you, burglar. You cannot defeat me. I was going to say, Forge Workers and I thought Gearworks were the same quest. They're not. I wonder what this is. Is it just kill X amount of enemies in this area? Defeat 20 Forge Workers. I might as well. There are always quests that are just going to get done while you do things. And again, more quests here. I know I don't have much space. Yeah, I literally was just about to say we're going to run out of slots very quickly. I'm going to get rid of some of these quests from ages ago. These I really don't need. Like even those. That, like, this is, yeah, definitely not something I'm going to need particularly right now. If I decide to, I can always go back and pick them up. Nope. But for now, I think I would prefer Mordor quests than, you know, what is that, the Lone Lands. Please don't knock me out. Oh, it's destroyed 15 weapons. God, that's quite a lot. I think it's probably quite a large forge though, isn't it? Just looking at it, it's going to be quite a large area. I actually don't think I've ever done these quests. I can't remember this quest. I probably have, but it's been a long time, and I can't remember it. As I said before, I didn't spend that much time in Mordor, I'll be honest, so my knowledge is probably quite not good. I did not mean to do that. See, there's a rusty small chest there. I think those are similar just to supply crates. I think they do respawn. I will have to check though. But minimum level 105, because, well, you'd be kind of mad to come in this area and do that under that level. I mean, I went into Mordor at level 5, but I literally got one shot by something that I'm pretty sure wasn't even in aggro range. Right, there's a Gondorian crafting bundle. Now, these are things are lovely. I'm going to get rid of some clawed hides. Because these things contain 7 items. It is minimum level 106. And if I remember correctly, that chest should come back. That should just be like a regular old chest.
Sauron returned, and once again the forges blazed. Great stockpiles of orc arms were smitten, but the old alloys and dark enchantments were remembered too.
But yeah, before that interrupted me, yeah, these should be just like regular chests, like, you know, supply chests. They just have a level requirement on them. And then these turn into, well, they just look like regular Traveler's Steelbound loot boxes, but they will have some regular items in it, but they will also have Gorgoroth thingies. They do not stack. I thought they did, that's why I put one in my inventory, but I guess they don't. But nonetheless, they are very, very useful. I don't think I've got inventory space to use them, but in a minute maybe we can sell some stuff off and do that. But they just give you like Doomfold level stuff, like black adamants and the farming. I think they even, yeah, they give you like farming materials and stuff. It's really weird. Which is something we could actually do. We are currently annoying. We should probably get Doomfall done at some point, but I don't want to dedicate an episode to farming like I used to. Maybe it'd just be like a 5-minute thing at the beginning of an episode once. How many of these do we have to destroy? 5, okay. Found 5 of them. Yeah, these things are very, very, like, common. At least 3, 4. 4 right in this direct vicinity. I did not mean to use rapid fire. I mispressed my keyboard. Just gonna run around so you can't catch me. But yeah, we'll pick these up. It'll all go into our pending anyway. Then we'll just sort of, I guess, use them at the end of the episode. I do want to just quickly do this quest and then just see where I can get to. I'm also going to look into, because I've forgotten completely, how to get the travel skill here. That's the thing. I still need to get all the travel skills. I might spend an episode doing travel skills possibly, but I need to get the travel skill for LOTRO still, I think. Let me check. Do I have it? I know I have Arkenstone. Okay, I must have done that at some point. Or I think I can get I've got the travel skill, but I don't think I can technically go into it normally, which is really weird. Not that I particularly need to now. But yeah, it might be worth doing like a similar to like a Deeding episode, but just doing, you know, instead just updating all my travel skills as a little project. But the problem with those is you need to get a lot of the time reputation or barter items. So it is going to essentially be us going and doing a bunch of quests. So, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but... Right, if we want to, we can now finish. Do we finish, or do I just quickly finish these quests? I need to get another gear. Do you guys drop gears? No, you don't. I think I'm going to kill all the forge workers I can, up to 8, up to 20. I want to get all the weapons done, and then after that, I think I will finish off for the day. And then maybe see if I can get the gears. I think gearworks is, well, technically anywhere. But I think it only works down there. See, gearworks, there we are. So that actually gives us 2 quests to do, so we can't actually complete gearworks today, but complete turning the gears and gears of the machine, which is both quests we do not have. You find places to insert the machine parts you have found. Okay, so we would probably find those maybe next episode. So I do want to, as I said, get some quests done because we want to be getting experience to level up. We are so close to level 113, all things considered. I want to get there if I can. That looks like another enemy that we can get to surrender, which is only 3 more. So we might be able to just go do finishing that one as well. Because I only have to kill 5 more forge workers, and hopefully there's enough things over here for me to defeat, and then I can just sort of run / sneak past to get back to where I need to for this quest completion. And then we should all be good. You don't count, do you? Oh, you're a forge worker. You're fine. I thought you wouldn't have counted since it's not in your name, but it's all good. Alright. And I'm not even just... I'm just looking purely right now at the crafting bundle we're getting out of this, but we're getting like 200 silver pretty consistently, just under. We're getting, you know, some crafting stuff, some items, you know, decent amount of stuff. So even without the crafting bundles, it's actually really good. And I'd actually say these crafting bundles are a lot more common than you see or these small chests. They're a lot more common than you see a regular old supply chest. So, I mean, there's literally one right here again. I think that's just spawned. And there's one over there, and there's one over there. It's really weird having something this common. Please don't. I was going to say, please don't do that. I mean, at that time I don't think I got... Oh no, I did. I just scrolled up by accident. Yeah, so it looks like a guaranteed crafting drop. So you don't have... I don't think there are nodes in this area, so you don't even have to worry. Right, let's finish that quest. 96k. So if I can complete 2 quests at that, you know, that's fine. So in theory, destroying 4 more or 5 more of these weapons, or 2 more surrenders, plus the surrendering, we are at 113 by the end of today. That is the minimum plan. Yes, this episode's going to go on for a while, but that is my plan. That is 35 minutes into this, the plan. Come on. I think I might be having some focus issues. We're alright for power. Power's really not having issues, but it looks like focus might be our problem, or our bottleneck at the moment. But I think we'll be alright. We are that much higher above them then. I think we're good. Plus, if we get our jewelry sorted out, I need to look into what is better. If it's better for me to get some epic battle jewelry, or if it's better for me to go and get some Doomfold jewelry. Problem with Doomfold, I think a lot of the time is it's mostly 115 sort of stuff. A lot of the next level gear is based on level 115. So when we get to level 115, we'll probably end up dropping our legendary bow, and instead we'll probably jump to the bow that they have with, you know, that you can get crafted here. I originally bought mine off of the auction hall. We will probably still have at least a secondary, second age or a first age, hopefully by then, even if I just have to buy it. Legendary item, we can chuck a bow on so it is being sorted, like it is getting XP, legendary XP. Even if we're not using it, it can be there leveling up in the background, and we can just have this constant like cycle of legendary items just getting leveled up. I am dying. And I accidentally pressed the wrong skill. I need to regen some morale. That could have been really problematic for us, but it is right where we need to be. Annoyingly though, we have still got 3 more things that we need to destroy. They look like they're quite far out. Let's see you come forward. There's... Okay, so we go that way, which should be alright. Pressing a couple. Right, let's talk to you quickly.
Well done, my friend.
Oh, really? You want us to defeat enemies? I think he wants us to defeat enemies in that area, so even if we're killing stuff here, it's not going to be too useful. Unless... No? Okay, I should have gone back earlier and just done that. That would have been a good idea. I feel like at this rate, it's not even going to be the quest that levels us up, it's just going to be the pure amount of enemies we're killing. It does look like there's 2 surrender points that are possible here. And I don't know how we get to here. I'm gonna leave the area. It looks like the weapon points don't respawn, because otherwise they wouldn't be missing from the map now. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go across this area. I'm gonna see if it's purely walled in, or if I can get into somewhere over here. Because I think, unless it's just, I think that's an invisible wall. Because I don't know if it's a case of, can I get up there, or is it purely blocked off? Also gonna just press delete a lot, see if we can catch any usable items. Okay, it looks like maybe down here. Or is this separate? This looks like it's separate. Okay, so we're gonna have to definitely go in there. That's a little annoying, I'll be honest. But it's something we gotta do. Said I was gonna do it. It's gonna get done. Yeah. It's really weird, because I do like to keep to my time schedule. But I just have this like timer on my other screen going, basically it's just going in red, like you're taking too long to do all this, but you know, it's progression. I'm gonna try and stick to the left. I'm hoping that circle at least holds 2, and I'm gonna kind of just stay close, and then if I really need to, I can use Desperate Flight. And we're getting a more small thingies. How many have we got these now? Quite a lot. It's a good thing we're not counting how many of these we get, and we're only counting how many Traveler's Steelbound loot boxes we get. Speaking of, we've got 1. 1? Only 1 today. It's difficult to see because they all look the same. So no matter what you do, you can't really tell. Right. Let me just try and dodge you a little bit. There's 1 more there. I'm going to assume one more down there. Right, I'm going to just try... I know I have to kill enemies, but I do also want to minimize it a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to kill 1, 2, 3, 4 enemies here. That'll get us to this quest completed. We just have... Well, not completed, but we're going to have to search the basin. And then... we'll go do these new forged weapons. I'm not going to worry about you, or... You and you, I'm going to kill. You and you, I don't want to care about too much. Because otherwise I'm going to be here forever. So also, I think when I first did this, I think you used to be able to get weapon drops from these guys. And then you were able to break those down into ash. Which is now pigments of splendor or whatever, whatever it is. I don't know. These things, motes of enchantment, that's it. I don't think you can do that anymore. I don't think they drop weapons like that. It's a little sad. Right. I need to kill one more enemy. I'm just going to kill it on the way back. Because why not? But we definitely want to be getting as many of these silver signets as we can. I think a lot of these are... Well, not these, but a lot of the quests around here are dailies. So if we are able to do them... It's not necessarily daily, but every so often, it's definitely going to do us a lot of favors doing that. Any more surrenders, actually, whilst we're here? Anyone surrendering? Anyone? No? No surrenders? That's fine. We'll just deal with it ourselves. I'm going to try and not get aggro here. I'm just going to play the field by looking at the minimap. There we are. Okay, so we now need to do two things. We are going to, I guess, go down here, the basin. I meant to get on my horse. The basin, and then just see if that person is here to be surrendered, and just find someone else to surrender. Complete that. That should level us up. Well, we're 67k XP away, so we're definitely going to level up from either, because it looks like they are giving around 96k XP, which is actually a really nice amount. And 113 will be there. We'll then have 10 trait points, which means 5 new skills, or 5 like insertions into skills, because obviously now that we've finished with Huntsman, for the most part, I think we... Why is that? Oh, that's deactivated because I'm on a horse. But I think... but every one of these takes 2 trait points to actually spec into, which is a little annoying with the way it works. But I can kind of see why, because it makes you not... It makes you kind of want to focus on one thing, but you can still spec into other. I think it would be a lot worse if it was just, you can only go blue, or you can only go... That's completely wrong, but it feels like you can only go blue, or only go red, or only go yellow. It'll be a bit of a pain, but I think the way they've done it is not perfect, but not bad. Alright, we've got to be careful now. I'm going to kill this Gore Crow and this Archer, I guess. I'm going to kill this Gore Crow. I'm going to just get this final, well, second to last one. Just so when we find one later, inevitably, we're just going to kill it. Not kill it, take surrender and be done. I did mean to get this one, didn't I? But I think it's not particularly... Why? Please don't aggro. Please don't attack me. Thank you. Much appreciated. Right. Okay. Right. Let us go back. We've been doing this for so long. Gonna go back. Gonna check up on this guy. If he's there, we'll do it. If not, guess we can just finish this quest and come back here. It looks like it might be up here. Yeah, that's a quest ring. I see you. We'll do this one. Gonna just see if I can sneakily do it. And then... Oh, I didn't even have to do that. There's no enemies. Okay. Let's accept your surrender. It's fine, you know, we're not fussed. And then wants us to visit the Undone Foothold. So I guess what we'll do is I'm going to complete this quest, level up, and then when we get back, we will give in that quest. I'm not going to race back there now just for the sake of giving it in. I'm not too fussed about, you know, our bonus XP, because I don't think we're at the point where we're going to be able to use up, you know, basically over 1 million XP every episode. That's just not going to happen. To do that, we have to do at least 10 quests an episode. And I just feel like with the sort of scale and how much you have to do for some of these quests, it's just not really doable. So I'm not too fussed if I don't use that all up. If we can use it all up, nice, good. But it's not a huge deal, or huge big deal thing. So, as I said, not massively fussed. So let's just get up here. Hopefully no enemies around to attack me from behind. And we shall be done for the day, finally. Rogren.
Did you find the orcs and trolls I saw in the night?
Yes. I was right in the middle of them. You found a number of dead orcs and trolls, and they seem to have argued among themselves and died from the infighting. How very like orcs, I doubt they would pose more of a threat if they could work together, but their penchant for squabbling leaves them vulnerable to their fellows. They're weak-minded creatures in the absence of Sauron. They do not know what to do. Still, we should not underestimate them. They can pose a threat for us in great enough numbers. That reminds me, did you see Anoth while you were travelled? Did not see anyone called Anoth. I climbed up here with him. He left shortly afterwards and has not returned. I hope he is alright.
I fear for
So Anoth we need to find. That's going to give us new armor. Still not as good as what we have. Might be worth it for the light and the fate stuff. I mean, that's light armor. That's medium, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, it's another case of 1 set of heavy, 2 set of medium, 1 set of light. Because that goes for might, vitality, fate. This goes for agility, vitality, fate. We'll pick them up. Might not use them. Worst case scenario with all this stuff, at least we can disenchant them. That's a lot better than just having to chuck it or sell it. I'm not really fussed about money nowadays, but you know, if we can get motes of enchantment and make something later on in the story, that's always good. So, going to accept that. That is going to be... Where is that? The Fortress of the Thandrim. I don't know where that is. Oh, it looks like down here. Let's just... So we are here. Okay. Oh, okay, so it's literally, it was just under my thing. That's fine, that's not a huge deal. We'll do that, we'll probably end up getting back over to the Indian Foothold. And then we'll do what we need to do. First thing before the end, we were going to have a look at these bundles. So I want to get a little bit of inventory space. Because it is quite cool what this can do for us. And I want to see how many we started with and how many we end with. Yes, I'm chucking away half a gold, but it's fine. Get rid of that finesse thing. I don't really care for it too much. I'm not too fussed about that shield, but we'll get rid of that. That's 6 slots open. We have... Where is it? This thing here. So I want to count how many we've got these. So, crafting bundle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So with 17 of these, I want to see how much we actually get out of this. So this is our first one. I don't have enough room. I guess we'll get rid of some of these 1k runes and like 2k runes. Okay, so it's only because I think there's a potential for a lot. But I'm just going to pick one. Oh, am I just using them every time I pick them? Okay, so you can see the thing in the inventory. So we're getting a lot of items just here. We can go back through these in a moment, and I might even end up adding them together. I need to get rid of more stuff. Let's get rid of the travel steel pallet boxes. Just because some of these items I didn't get in the first few rounds. Don't have enough room. Still don't have enough room. That's not good. What are we getting rid of this time? Get rid of this gemstone. Right, 2 more. There we are. So, out of all that, we got 31 black adamants. We didn't get too many black adamants, but you can see we're getting like sets of 1 black adamant. We're getting like all the crit items, we're getting like 1 of. We're getting 16 Ithilien crops every time we do it. We get like 1 of the crit items here. We're getting, how many of the Doom Horde? So 8 hides each time, 8 logs each time, then 8, well, 1 of those each time. We get 8 chunks of Doomforged Skarn, and then we get 6 chunks of those. So I don't know how many I started with. Maybe I'll just scroll through this and have a quick look. We also got a black adamant shard, this thing here, that is for Doomfold crafters. Definitely nice for just something you can pick up. But yeah, I can just send that off, get hopefully some more supplies. I'm going to look into getting some new jewelry, as I said, and having a look at what the armor allows us to get around here. I'm also going to make sure I pick up my bow, just because I want to have a quick look at it, and yeah, we'll sell all that at a later point. So that's going to be it for now, guys. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode, where we're going to find Anoth, hopefully alive. So, see you then. Bye-bye.